Hello everyone, from this video we can learn about Blazor server and Blazor WebAssembly and what's the difference between and when we use Blazor server and WebAssembly. Okay, please do subscribe my channel. Blazor server released in 2019 with the .NET Core version 3.0. And Blazor WebAssembly released recently 2020 of May. And coming to the Blazor server, how it works and how we run the applications. If I have a Blazor server application and we need to use C# language for Blazor server applications, so it runs under the server. Okay, if I have a doubt how to access the document object model DOM, because we are using only C# code, then how can we access? We need to use JS interop. JS interop is nothing but JavaScript interoperability. It means C# applications can allow to access JavaScript libraries. So it's automatically access the document object model because of JavaScript hooks. Hooks is nothing but a function, but it will execute before or after the existing code execution. Okay, if I have a Blazor server application, I need to pass the information between the server and the client, browser. So that case I need to use Signaler services. Signaler services is nothing but a library. The main purpose of Signaler is passing the information between the browser and the server. Okay, that it passes the binary formatted information only. Okay, and suppose in our application I did some changes in server side. Okay, it automatically reflected to the browser side. DOM also will automatically updated. And coming to the Blazor WebAssembly, it uses JavaScript library, so that application runs under the client browser. Okay, and how it runs the WebAssembly application? It means it first downloads the CLR, common language runtime, and then it downloads the assemblies or JavaScript functions. These all are works like as React and Angular framework applications. Okay, whenever we want to our WebAssembly application should be secure, then we go with WebAssembly sandbox. And here no need of any JS interoperability to access the document object model, because by default it uses JavaScript library. So JavaScript handlers can access the DOM, document object model. And now we can see what the features of Signaler. Recently we can say that we said that Signaler is nothing but a library. Okay, it can use JavaScript frameworks for passing the information between the client and server or vice versa. And we have a real-time applications like chart applications or car tracking applications. We need to pass asynchronous notifications in these applications. Suppose I send a message in WhatsApp to other persons, they will get notification. How they will get notification immediately? They uses like as Signaler libraries. Okay, to get the asynchronous notifications between the client and server. Now see what's the advantage of Blazor server. Okay, Blazor server applications will be fast compared to the assembly applications. Okay, and these applications will be secured because it accesses the resources, secured resources. It uses secured services like cloud-based or database services. Okay, and WebAssembly doesn't support in IE11 browser, but these Blazor server application supports in IE11 also. And Blazor server application never send the C# code to the browser. This is the advantage of Blazor server. And next, disadvantage of Blazor server. Due to the passing informations between the server and client, due to that the application waiting time will be high. Sometimes it will be high, it means latency. Okay, it doesn't support offline because it uses servers. And scalability can be challenging, it means performance or anything, it all depending on our requirement and our application how to build. And it requires server, but serverless also possible, but it has a few drawbacks. And now we can see advantage of Blazor WebAssembly. It has a faster UI code because it uses UI library, so it can be faster. And whenever we want to our application should have more performance, then we go for WebAssembly. And it also offline support also possible. And another advantage of WebAssembly is we can create a CDN URLs for external applications only. Okay, and it supports, these WebAssembly applications runs under the old versions of .NET, that is 2.0 from onwards. Okay, and disadvantage of WebAssembly is whenever we want to our application will be access the secured resources, then we need to required APIs also. Okay, and sometimes debugging will be limited, it means in some cases it's not possible to debug the applications. This is the disadvantage of WebAssembly. And let's see what's the conclusion. And Blazor server and WebAssembly applications both have their own advantages and disadvantages. This is all our depends on our requirement. Based on our requirement only we can choose which is best for our application. Okay, whenever we want to build a application for multiple number of users, to serve as a large number of users, and our application data will be sensitive, and we don't want to send the information, send the data to the client browsers, then we go for web server, Blazor server. Otherwise we can use WebAssembly. Okay, thank you.